Hi everyone, welcome to today's video, which is going to be a walkthrough of our productivity planner. Like with most things, we're trying to ditch the papers and the books and find more convenient, easier ways to plan our lives and to get more efficient with our tasks. So this is exactly what this productivity planner can do for you. It can help you to plan your month, your week, your projects, to keep up on your to-do list, and it can show you your progress. More importantly, you can also carry it with you anywhere you go in your phone. So it's a really, really handy tool. I'm just going to start with the setup like we normally do. So if you come to the setup tab here, it's similar to some of our other existing spreadsheets, but in case this is your first time here and you're not familiar with some of the other spreadsheets that we have, the other Google Sheets, I'm just going to show you quickly how to set it up. So on the setup tab, you want to add the year you're working with. First day of the week could be Monday or Sunday. We go with Monday because that's the more common one, I would say. Start time, when do you want your days to start? If you look at the weekly planner, every day would begin at 6 a.m. But if you'd like your days to start earlier or later, you can change the start time here. And time breakup, we always do a 30-minute breakup, but you could change that to 1 hour. And it would also reflect here. So instead of the 30-minute time slots, it would be 1 hour break. And then when it comes to categories, we've gone with the more common ones. Oh, before I get into categories, anything that is grayed out here, you do not need to touch. So you just leave this month and days of the week set up as they are. With the categories, we split them into the more common ones, but we have the possibility for you to add here, and you can also change any of these if you'd like to call it something particular. If you would like to add, or if you'd like to remove any of these categories, you can go ahead and do them here. And when you come to your actual planner, on this drop down, you'd see everything that you had added on the setup tab. So that's about it for the setup. When it comes to the monthly planner, which is the first one, what you want to do on the monthly planner tab is, if you've got any activities coming up, anything that you want to schedule or anything that you need a reminder of, or anything that you want to add to your calendar, all you need to do is add it here. So if you just double click here and select the date that that particular thing is coming up, so you've got a job interview, for instance, select the date, and then you just add in here interview with, let's just say you're interviewing with PwC, and then you can add a time here if you want, say 10 a.m. So you can do that for any day, any week, any month. And then if you'd like to see your full April calendar, once you've added everything that you have got coming up or anything that you want to add to your calendar, once you select any month here, April or May, it just shows you here, picking up from everything that you had added here. It will show you here what is coming up in your May calendar. You can do this for any month. So for April, we can see what is coming up at what time as well. And once that task is completed, you can just tick to show that that has been done. So as the months go by, you can just delete all the tasks or all the things from your calendar and add new ones. And you can just see your month, each month at a time, by selecting here. And every time you select a month, it would show you how many tasks you've got for that month. And then as you tick off each one, it would show you how many have been completed and how many are left to go. So it's really good because you can just carry on using it month after month, year after year, and it gives you a really good overview of of 1 month at a time. And then for the weekly planner, so this gives you the opportunity to break down each day of the week into a bit more detail. So if you just want to select here what week you're working with, week of the 6th of May, for instance, the first thing, so once you select the week that you want to plan, you can just add important events that are coming up that week, and then any top priorities that you've got for that week here. And then you can start adding at each time of the day what you've got going on. So 9 o'clock, for instance, you might have a Zoom call, and then what category does that fall under? You just click on this drop down menu here and select the category that that Zoom call falls under. You can do the same for any other thing that you've got coming up for this day, Monday, the 6th of May. And if you'd like to color code them as they are here, if you scroll down a little, each category has a color code. So if we just do one example, for instance, let's just say you're picking up the kids at 3 p.m. from school, school pickup, that will fall under family. And on the family here, this is the color. You just want to select this paint format here, and that would automatically color code it. So it makes for a better visual, and also helps you to differentiate what's going on when. And that's about it. You can just plan for every day of the week, and at one glance, you can see what you've got coming up at what time during that week. You can also use this weekly planner to track, a few habits. So these are all customizable, so you can change these to suit whatever you want to track. If you wanted to read your Bible every day for 30 minutes, you can just add it here. And then as and when you complete them, you just tick here to show that it was done on Monday, was done on Tuesday, and so on and so forth. And then there is also a to-do list at the bottom for each day. So apart from what you've got at a specific time of each day, there are other things that you might just want to throw into your to-do list. You add them here, and then you tick them off as you complete them. Now, when you're done with one week, you just want to come up here and clear entries. If you click on this and clear entries, going to clear off everything that we have in here, and then you can restart setting up for the next week. We also have a project planner tab here we can use to set up, to plan for any projects that you've got. Just break down your task and keep an eye on the progress. So you want to start by putting the project name in here. Say you want to set up an Airbnb. Airbnb here. And then you can include your project objectives in here, and then start date. When do you want to start this project of setting up this Airbnb? You can just double click in here and select the date. Once you select your date for your project, you can, if this is a project that you have different categories that you want to break into, say in the case of starting up an Airbnb business, you might want to set up a limited company. You may want to start doing some research on Airbnb to see what areas are doing well in terms of occupancy rate and all of that. You can break your task into different categories. So category A may be for setting up your limited company. So that would mean maybe open a bank account, open a business bank account. And then under this, you can say if you've started, if it's in progress, or if it's been completed, and then you want to start, select your start date and when you expect that to be completed by. And if it ever becomes overdue, it would show you here that it's overdue. You might also want to set up your company on Companies House, anything that's related to actually starting your limited company. And then here you might want to start putting in maybe research you're doing on Zoopla, Rightmove, any site where you're searching for houses. Any way you want to break down your categories, all you need to do is put in the task, and then you can select from here if you've started, if it's in progress, and then start date, end date, and then once you complete it, you just need to say it's been completed, and then this would automatically reflect here. And then when it comes to the very last thing that you need to do on this project, once you select the date on that very last task, you sort of reflect here that this is when we're expecting this project to be completed, and then it show you how many days you've got left to complete your project, and then all the various tasks that you're broken down, it show you how many have been completed, how many are in progress, and how many have not been started yet. So it's a really good tool for tracking any projects that you might have, or any specific projects that you're working on. There's also a daily planner if you want to sort of plan your days in more detail, including what you're having for breakfast and what your priorities are, what you're having for lunch, that sort of thing. You can plan your day in more detail. You can add a to-do list here, which also gives you the opportunity to select from the drop down if it's a high priority, low, or medium priority, and then it shows you once you put in the deadline for each to-do action or to-do task, it'll show you how many days you've got left until completion. And then you can also just select your top 3 priorities for each day, and it'll show you here what your what percentage you've gone in terms of completing your task. And as you tick up each one, it can just show you that okay, you've done 33% and you've still got 66% left to go. So yeah, this is a really, really handy productivity planner. It can help you to plan your month. It can serve as a calendar. It can show you a reminder. It can show you how you're tracking against deadline, and most especially you can carry with you anywhere you go because it's digital. So if you'd like a copy of this, as usual, I'll link it below in the description box. And if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask, you can also drop a comment or send us an email. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next